Welcome back to part 2 of what would happen if we were a type 6 civilization. So we've already discussed how we're most likely not going to be living in our universe, or any universe that currently exists, because we have the ability to create our own universe. That is fucking mental! But what else can we do? We would have complete control over quantum mechanics. We will also have to explore and colonize 1,000 megaverses, along with the discovery and exploration of the paraverse. Once again, let me explain what this is. Actually, this explanation really isn't going to help, but I'm going to try. This is a type of multiverse in which the universes have no intrinsic connection to a shared set of laws, physics, or mathematics. It took me fucking ages to remember that. Just Google it, it'll explain it better. However, this is very dangerous, because it's theorized that some, if not most of the paraverse, would be completely inhospitable to life. As in, when you enter it, that it causes matter to rip apart, and considering we're made of matter, I can't think that's fucking ideal. We'd be able to travel back to the original Big Bang. That's possibly how we find out how to create our own universe. At this point, we'd be the equivalent of a deity. Mad! What would happen if we were a type 6 civilization? This series is just getting more and more insane. As perfectly said here, how can it be better than harnessing all the power in the universe? Well, let me show you. For starters, we would be known as a paraversal civilization, as we would exist outside of the space-time continuum. Oh my days, my channel's just one big interstellar movie type fuck-up, isn't it? We would be capable of, get this, creating and maintaining our own universe, and being able to control as we please the fundamental laws of that universe. My head hurts. However, just as easy as we create a universe, we can destroy a universe. Fuck. But I also found a checklist of all things we would need to be able to do to be considered type 6 civilization. And the first one is being able to access the omniverse. Let me try and fucking explain this. This is the collection of every universe, multiverse, megaverse, dimension, and realm. And it exists in the surrounding emptiness known as the outside. And the outside is literally just a void. That's terrifying again. Fuck, okay, once again, there's so much information. Part 2 coming in 15 minutes. Extinct animals the scientists are actively trying to bring back. Now, you know what? I don't mind this too much. I realize there's a lot of risks bringing an extinct animal back into our ecosystem, but I'll level with you. I want a fucking dodo! Which is why first up on the list, a dodo. Perhaps one of the most famous extinct animals. Now, this absolute fucking legend didn't have any natural predators until those assholes rolled up, also known as humans. However, in 2007, scientists found the best preserved skeleton of a dodo ever, which may hold valuable DNA samples. Woo! There's hope! I'll see you soon, Dave. Now, I think this one's sick. And I'll be honest, I didn't know existed. I'm a dumbass. The Woolly Rhinoceros. Fucking beast! Commonly found through Europe and Asia. Well, were. And finally, one that we all know, the Woolly Daddy, also known as the woolly mammoth. This is almost like an I'm sorry for, hunting you to extinction. The idea is to pair preserved DNA samples from a woolly mammoth to a modern day elephant. And then eventually over time, poof! Okay, welcome back to what would happen if we were a type 5 civilization part 2. As I said, there's a fuck ton of information. So get ready to go. What? If you haven't seen part 1, then go to my channel. This won't make much sense without it. Alright, let's do this. We would also be complete masters over the laws of nature. Seriously, being able to manipulate them in our own will. It's kind of fucking scary. Oh, did I mention we're most likely going to be able to move planets? No, I meant physically move the fuckers. Oh, there's a meteor coming? No worries, just make a left at Mars. But this is the crazy one. We would be able to build our own existence. What I mean by that is somewhere where we can put our subconscious to live forever. This in itself would reach a new level of existence. Honestly, being a type 5 civilization would be indistinguishable from modern day superheroes. Hell, their powers that we see on TV and movies would be baby shit in comparison to what we could do. My brain! But here's a question for you guys. At what point, continuing down this line, do we stop being humanity and become something far different? Believe it or not, there's a type 6, so strap in, this is a long journey. Alright, what would happen if we were a type 5 civilization? Get ready, because this one's gonna fuck you up. For starters, we would be able to access all of the energy in the universe and timelines that have, do, or will exist. This is almost unimaginable to us right now. But this is the cool part. We would have proven and will be able to access the multiverse. Now, if you don't know what that is, basically other universes than that of our own. Think of any possible reality, any parallel to right now. It exists, and we would be able to access any of those universes. Like this. Most likely using wormholes. We would understand every theory in existence, have mastered every form of mathematics, physics, biology, chemistry, perfected medicine. Death would be a thing of the past. If someone somehow did die, we would most likely be able to recreate them. We will have also documented every life form possible in any possible universe, for any past, present, or future. Okay, there's so much more information. I'm going to do a part 2 right now. It'll be up in 15 minutes after this video. Welcome back to What Would Happen If. This time, what would happen if the San Andreas Fault ruptured tomorrow? Aye, fuck. Now, this fault line runs down most of the Californian coast, and when referenced in TV or movies is referred to as the Big One. This is because certain parts of this fault line haven't ruptured in hundreds of years, and when it inevitably does rupture, is expected to cause a magnitude 8 earthquake. That'll be the biggest natural disaster in the last century, no biggie, no biggie at all! For starters, it would cause an unprecedented amount of damage. Any old buildings that aren't earthquake-proof, bye! And even modern buildings can be damaged enough to never be used again. Fires would break out across the state. Dams would be seriously damaged. You know, those things that hold back a fuck ton of water. Yeah, those. Also, this bad boy would be detected on the East Coast. Overall, 13 million people would be affected. But what wouldn't happen? Thought I'd give you some good news to soften the blow. I don't know. For starters, a ravine will not open up in the middle of California. Do remember that these faults are sliding past each other, not away from each other. Also this. There'll be plenty of things to fuck up your day that day. A tsunami won't be one of them. As you can probably tell by this point, I'm kind of a fiend for space. Yeah, I'm a little nerd, alright, shut up. So here are some more crazy astronomical events that will happen in your lifetime. Part 2. The September 2040 planetary alignment. We'll just ignore the conspiracy theories that say when the planets do align, there'll be catastrophic consequences on Earth and it will end. Apart from that, it'll look quite pretty. This alignment will include Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, and the crescent moon. Now, there may be some extraordinary effects on the Earth from the differences in gravity and tidal forces, but hopefully they won't end. That'd be kind of shit. Next, the largest solar eclipse ever documented by humanity. That's a big fucking flex. This will occur on Monday, the 2nd of August, 2027. The sun will be blocked out and will be plunged into darkness for about 6 minutes and 23 seconds. The next one is in July 2061, which will mark the passing of the Halley's Comet. Also, am I the only one who thought it was pronounced Halley's? Nope, just me and my fool? Okay. This comet comes around once every 76 years, so don't be missing it playing no fucking Minecraft. That'll be me. And finally, kind of an astronomical event, it's predicted by 2062 there'll be 1 million people on Mars, said Elon Daddy. Your wish is my command. Welcome back to What Would Happen If We Were a Type 4 civilization. Alright, we've made it off the initial Kardashev scale of 1 to 3, but since then there's been many extensions proposed. Which brings us to Type 4, also known as a universal civilization. Oh, that's hot. At this point, being immortal and omnipotent, we'd have the ability to harness all the energy in the universe. Well, in our universe anyway. We could tap in and use the mysterious dark matter, which we currently know very little about, and with it manipulate the basic fabric of space-time. If you don't know what that means, basically teleportation and time travel would be basic shit for us, using wormholes like motorways. Oh fuck, that's actually kind of crazy. My brain! Popular examples of Type 4 civilizations on TV, Doctor Who, and Futurama. I get a bender. By this point, our chance of finding alien life would be more likely than not. Remember, we can go anywhere in our conceivable universe. Now, you might not sleep after this. This is a supervoid in space, missing 90% of its galaxies, for no reason. Could it be an already established Type 4 civilization going to town on that part of space? Fuck. Conspiracy theories. My favourite pastime. You know, throwing yourself down an inevitably never-ending rabbit hole and questioning your life existence and everything we've ever known and been told. Aye, barrel of fun. So here are some of the craziest conspiracy theories I could possibly find, in which some blow my fucking mind that they're conceivable to some people. But hey, I'm not here to judge. Maybe I am. First up, dinosaurs helped to build the pyramids. Alright, we're starting here, are we? Okay. You cannot convince me this is true even if the dinosaur has an adorable building hat on. Fuck! Do you really expect a chody-armed T-Rex to be like, aye, where do you want this? No! Next up, we've got CERN. Now, I've talked about them in the past, but there's so many more conspiracy theories around them. Specifically that they're trying to open a portal to hell. But why? Seriously, lads, we're not going to ever reach a Type 3 civilization if we're trying to do this shit! This is all due to the discovery of the Higgs boson, also known as the God particle. Now, if they're not doing this, some people believe they're trying to access time travel or manipulate with timelines. Now, you know what? I actually don't mind this one. I think it's pretty cool. And even open a black hole. See, that's not so fucking cool. Don't do that shit! Oh my days, today's a good fucking episode. Because I'm back with what would happen if we were a Type 3 civilization. Right off the bat, we would be known as a galactic civilization. That's fucking hot. Being able to harness all the energy in our galaxy. By this point, we'd be an incredibly advanced species with pretty much unlimited power. And with reliable interstellar travel, it'd pretty much be a real-life Star Wars. Just without the wars. I hope. No star would be left untouched. Dyson sphere there, Dyson sphere there, Dyson sphere everywhere! And we might even be able to make our own energy producing stars. Hi, it's just like buying a plot of land. For a fucking sun! However, as we venture further, there's more and more of a chance we come into contact with a little green friend, which means we may actually have to start building defenses for any possible threats. We will most likely have mastered self-replication. Yeah, robots. And we probably won't be on Earth anymore. Large chunks of the population may be on other planets which we've terraformed, spreading ourselves amongst the stars. I call Uranus! Or did I mention you might be able to transfer your mind and become a cyborg? Immortality. So what happens in a type 4, 5, 6, and 7? Come back tomorrow. It's safe to say you never want to encounter these fuckers in the wild. So I'll be the first to say that if I see one near me, I'ma pack my suitcase and I move into another continent! First up, we've got the puss caterpillar. What the fuck you? Now what confuses me is when I was researching, the website described it like this. Don't be fooled by the lovable appearance of this bug. Bitch! What part of this is fucking lovable? I haven't even seen it move yet and I'm already like, nope. It may look like a cuddle kitten. I already dislike cats. So if this is what some cats look like, I'm glad I'm a fucking dog person. Now if the spikes in the fur give you a little prick, you'll be subject to a very powerful venom with chest pain, numbness, and difficulty breathing. Oh no, but don't worry, because apparently it's fucking cute! Next we've got the African assassin bug. I mean, need I say more? The cocky fucker has assassin in his name. This guy delivers a venom which is 10 times more potent than from that of a cobra. Right. And finally we got the bullet ant. The sting being rated 30 times more painful than a honeybee or a wasp. Oh, and some victims say it feels like they're getting shot. Right. Noted. Now before we talk about technological advancements in terms of a Type 3 civilization tomorrow, let's talk about how humanity could take a gigantic fucking step back. So here's what would happen if the power went out forever. Now I know what you're thinking. Matthew, it's just not gonna happen. Now yes, it's very unlikely. However, it only takes one gigantic solar storm to fuck up our day, sending us into complete darkness for an indefinite amount of time. Now this is the point it gets bad. After 96 hours, immediate supplies from shops will be completely gone. Think of the toilet paper during COVID times 1,000. Time to start living off the fat of the land. But what about after a month? When people start to realize this shit ain't coming back home. Not to mention the panic, looting, and rioting that'll occur. People won't know what the fuck to do. But you'd need to start thinking long term. The formation of small groups would be a necessity for hunting and gathering supplies. Yay, more friends! But watch out for bigger groups, because people are going to start to get real territorial. Let's say you survived a year. It's said that 90% of the population won't. The surroundings are going to look different. I mean, are you going to cut the lawn during the fucking apocalypse? Weapons, food, and medicine could become money. And in a world with no law, it's survival of the fittest. Now, I don't know if any of these laws are actually enforced, but these are some of the funniest and strangest laws from around the world. Aye, aye, aye. First up, we got a salmon. Right. In England, it is apparently illegal to hold a salmon in suspicious circumstances, because this is a regular thing British people do. Because that is fucking normal! This is due to the Salmon Act of 1986. Next up, it is apparently illegal to build a sandcastle in Spain. Yo, all I'm saying, don't you fucking touch my sandcastle. Like, imagine getting a fine for building it. I'm sorry, officer. It is illegal to climb a tree in Toronto. Okay. But I love nature. Right, I hope this one isn't real. It's illegal and counts as noise pollution to flush the toilet after 10 PM in Switzerland. This one once again comes from Britain. Aye, we're a fucking weird bunch. It is illegal to gamble in a library. I'm sorry, but imagine that phone call. Hey mum, can you come bail me out? I'm sorry, I should have been studying. I was playing blackjack! Now since 2005, this law is no more. However, I thought it was fucking hilarious and had to include it. Also, thank you much for almost 50k. I love you all so much. You all went fucking crazy for yesterday's What Would Happen If. Seriously mental. So after popular demand, here's what would happen if we became a Type 2 civilization. Now since due to the Kardashev scale we're only a 0.7, fucking pathetic, we have a long way to go. But reaching Type 2 would mean we're an interstellar civilization. Now is it just me or does that sound fucking epic? We would have to harness the total energy radiated by our star. In this case, the Big Daddy's sun. Now not just transferring starlight into energy. No, that's baby shit. I mean controlling the star itself. The best proposed method is the Dyson sphere. Something that would encompass every inch of the star. Approximately double the size, and it'd probably break the 1 million mile mark. Oh yeah, just like building a fucking big train set. It would gather all its energy output and direct it towards the Earth. We could even control the rate of global warming. I got you, Greta! But it gets cooler. There's nothing according to science which could ever wipe out a Type 2 civilization. We could vaporize anything that harms us. Pew! Even an extinction level meteor. We'd be able to travel at the speed of light. Fuck. This will happen in about 3,200 years. So now we're immune to extinction. How could it get better? Like for Type 3. Welcome back to What Would Happen If. This time, what would happen if we became a Type 1 civilization? Now if you don't know what that is, give me a sec, because this is actually pretty fucking cool. So in 1964, a Soviet astronomer devised something called the Kardashev scale, which determines how much of the universe a given group, that being us as humans, can harness as energy. Problem is we're not any of these. In fact, we're 0.7. Fuck! Fam, we're not even a whole fucking number. But what if we were Type 1? To be this, we need to be able to harness all the available resources and energy of our own planet. Scientists estimate we'll be there in about 2 centuries. Oh great, just in time for fucking dinner! We'd be able to harness the power of natural disasters, and even use earthquakes to terraform places. And on top of that, we could control our own weather. But, I'm not sure it's a good idea. We could live in places that seem impossible, even with the fishies. But what next? From this, we could advance to a Type 2 and a Type 3. I'll do a separate video on them. Scientists have also theorized a 4th and a 5th. However, these go beyond our law of physics. How does harnessing the power of the universe sound? But here's a disturbing thought. We've never met outside alien life. So how do we know if someone's not already reached that point? Yep, sleep easy.